Hi guys, my name is Martin from Finance Oracle. I trust you're doing well today. Well, today I'm here with another beautiful information that will help you to achieve your migration dream, and I would like you to pay attention to this information. Well, today I'm going to be talking about the migration skill assessment, which is designed for you to be able to apply for visas to come to Australia. Visas like Visa 48, Visa 484, Visa 190, Visa 186, Visa 189. They are all visas that will require you to apply for the migration skill assessment. But today we'll be talking about engineers and how they can come to Australia. So I'll be taking you through the process of applying through for the migration skill assessment through the Engineers Australia, which is the body that assess engineers who wants to come to Australia to practice. Well, this is because the Australian government has got a standard and attribute they want from an engineer, so they want to measure those attributes, and for that reason they are going to take you through the skill assessment. So guys, I'd like you to pay attention as we go through this together. I'm going to do a well-detailed work, and I would like you to pay attention and take some notes. I wish you best of luck as we go through this. Cheers. Hi, Finance Oracle fans. Today I've got information that will help you to achieve a migration dream. And today I'm going to be talking about the migration skill assessment. Well, if you have an engineer around you, you're an engineer or you've got friends who are engineers, I think today is going to be more for you because I'll be talking about how to carry out migration skill assessment for engineers. If you want to go to Australia, on a point-based immigration or even on an employment sponsored immigration like Visa 186 and Visa 482, which are all employment sponsored visa, you will need to do a migration skill assessment. I mean, for 482, it is not compulsory for all the cases. It is a case-to-case basis. But for Visa 186, you definitely need a skill migration assessment. I mean, migration skill assessment. And for visas like independent visa streams, like 189, you definitely need a migration skill assessment. So that is the reason why I've decided to make this visa for you. So I'd like you to pay attention as we go through this migration skill assessment program for you to see how you can go to it and what are the steps you need to take for you to be able to achieve your migration skill assessment. Well, the migration skill assessment is simply the Australian government wants to ensure that engineers who are coming to work in Australia or people who are coming to work in Australia have the attribute they want from an employee or even from a resident. So they have to do the migration skill assessment to test your skills, your education qualification, and whatever you have to offer to ensure that it is in par with what the Australian government have designed to maintain their standard and to get the right set of people right into Australia. So that is the basic reason for migration skill assessment. And what forms the bedrock of your skill assessment is your qualification. Okay, your qualification, how long you studied, what kind of qualification do you have? Is it recognized, by Australian government? Well, of course, if it's recognized in your home country and it has followed the Australian government, what is it called, structure, then it will be recognized. Okay. They also have additional number of ways to recognize qualification, except you, apart from you going to do some, career development report. They can also recognize the qualification by Sydney Accord, Washington Accord, Dublin Accord. About four of them, I can't remember the other one. So those are all the accords that have been signed, like international agreement to recognize your qualification. But we'll go through it anyway. So for migration skill assessment, if you want to migrate to Australia as an engineer, you need to have your skill formally assessed by Engineers Australia. Okay, Engineers Australia is the body that assess engineers, technologists, engineering managers, and all that range of people. Yeah, so you have to get assessed by them. Okay, if you have to come to Australia to work as an engineer. You need migration skill assessment outcome letter from us before you can apply for a visa to come to Australia. Without the migration skill assessment, you cannot apply for a visa. Of course, after the migration skill assessment, you need to do what they call expression of interest. And once there is a positive expression of interest, you get what they call IT invitation to apply. Then at that point, you can apply for a visa and hope to get it positive. Of course, if you have all this, most likely it's going to be positive. So that is it. So I will be taking you through all this. Applying for a skill assessment is a six-step process. First thing, you need to check your qualification. The second thing you need to do is to understand four engineering occupation categories. And the third thing you need to do is to choose as an assessment pathway. The fourth thing you need to do is to prepare your application. Fifth, you submit your application. And sixth, you receive the outcome. So in this six simple step, you can complete your migration skill assessment. It's not very complicated. You can see, let's get rolling, checking your qualification. Your qualification is the main factor in choosing the right assessment pathway. It has been determined by the country you received it, you know, the type of qualification, whether it is accredited, even how long you study. Those are all the factors that will determine it. So for accreditation, you can see, um, yeah, list of accreditation. There are also three relevant accord: the Washington Accord, Sydney Accord, and the Dublin Accord. Okay, which they use also to recognize qualifications. So you can take time to read through this. I don't want to make this video very long, so I will be as fast as possible. So these are the categories which you need to find out. Are you a professional engineer? If you're a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, civil engineer, you are termed as a professional engineer. Are you an engineering technologist? Perhaps you studied in a technical college or in a polytechnic, and you did some 3 years course. Then you are an engineering technologist. Okay, but of course in Nigeria, like HND and ND, HND you have you're a technologist. Then engineering associate is just when you have like 2 years diploma, like ND, you're an engineering associate. Okay, yeah, engineering manager is when you have either an engineering degree or not, but you work in an engineering field, but your work qualification tends to engineering practices, and probably you are not into core engineering, maybe you're into things like project management and stuff like that. For example, if anyone is doing bachelor's in project management on the engineering faculty, then you are going to end up in this area. So then you can apply as an engineering manager. Then the assessment pathway, yeah, you see, we've got either you have the Australian qualification, or you are tied into Washington Accord, or you are tied into Dublin Accord, or you are tied into Sydney Accord. If you are tied into any of this, you can apply straight on for migration skill assessment. But if you are not tied into any of those, then you will need to do CDR, which is the Competency Development Report. So if you write a competency development report through the CDR, you will be assessed, and this will form the bedrock for your assessment. Okay, yeah. So next thing you need to do is to prepare your application. You need to create register in the Engineers Australia and create a profile, and through that profile, you will be able to apply. But meanwhile, you may need to go through this, prepare your migration skill assessment application. If you hit this, then it is going to take you to this screen, to this place where you can download this report, and you can go through this report and see the things which you need to do. Okay, prepare your migration skill assessment. Before you start preparing your online migration skill assessment application, be sure to read this document as well as the migration skill assessment page on our website. This document will give you the things you need to do for you to be able to apply. Now, this is English language requirement. You need to demonstrate your English language competency when you apply. You can do this by providing one of the following acceptable English language test results: IELTS, TOEFL, PTE academics, and the minimum scores are as shown below. Yeah, for listening, you will need to, for IELTS, you need to have in each of the band minimum of six. And for TOEFL, you need to have 12 in listening, 13 in reading, 21 in writing, 18 in speaking. And for PT, you need 50 all through in each of them. But this is just like the minimum score which you need to apply. So this allows you to apply, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be accepted. Okay, for this is for allows you to apply, and this you with this you can simply get your what's it called, your assessment. But this will not guarantee you to be picked because most of these applications are point-based applications, so this will give you the minimal point. So for the application itself, the English language requirement might change, so we'll take that up in a further video. Okay, yeah, so this is what you need to do. If you have this, you can simply apply for migration skill assessment with Engineers Australia. This differ from guys who are applying for with some other assessment, I mean outside engineers. So this is exemption for English, United Kingdom, US, Canada, New Zealand, Republic of Ireland. These guys are exempted, okay? Yeah. So let's take it up further. Yeah, choose your assessment type. You have different assessment type. Number one is competency development reports. The next one is Australian qualification, Dublin Accord, Sydney Accord, Washington Accord. I will tell you how you can do this. For example, if you study outside of Australia and you do not have any of these three agreements, then you should be doing a competency development report. Have non-accredited qualification, have accredited qualification, but want to be assessed as a different occupation than the degree title, applying as an engineering manager. So these are two reasons why you may have to do competency development report. Your country, your degree is not accredited in any way, either by studying in Australia or by Dublin Accord or by Sydney Accord or by Washington Accord, then you need to do the CDR. It is accredited, but you study mechanical engineering, but you want to, apply as, let's say, control. Okay, let's say even electronics engineer. Perhaps your job is more of control. Then you will still need to do this. Okay, and if you apply as an engineering manager, even if it's so you still need to do CDR. So the next is that you study in Australia, then you need to go through Australian qualification. If you have a Dublin Accord, your country maybe has signed an organization, let's say registered with Korean. Korean has Washington Accord. I can actually apply through Washington Accord. But for my case, I won't be able to apply through Washington Accord because my degree is got to so many years before they sign in Washington Accord. So if you get your degree within the year you sign Washington Accord, then you will be able to apply for Washington Accord. For example, Nigeria signed Washington Accord last year, I think. So you can apply if you got your degree last year or this year, you can apply for Washington Accord. Sydney Accord also just that way. So depending on what degree you have, yeah. Okay, so that is it. The next is CDR. So for CDR in details, a competency development report is a way of assessing whether you qualify or your qualification fit within an Australian occupation category and engineering category. To determine this, your knowledge, skill, and competencies or competence are assessed against international benchmark standards. Engineering occupation. In the online application, you will be asked to choose the engineering occupation that most closely match your qualification or role. So you can read through this to really get all that. So simply, for you to apply for the CDR, you will need to be within the engineering occupations. You will see, and you have to choose either a mechanical engineer, chemical engineer. You have to be specific. If you don't have, let's say you study control system engineering, and it is not in the list, you have to choose what is most closely related to control system engineering, depending on what the scope of study in your school. It's going to be mechanical or electrical electronics. So it all depends on how it was studied in your school. So, and you have to do the CDR. Well, the CDR is a bit complicated. These are things that will accompany the assessment if you're applying to the CDR. You will need a color scanned copy of a photograph. You need to, if you have changed your name, you need to put that document. You have to put, passport size photograph. Okay, yeah. Then you need a CV and you need an evidence of your English language competency. You need a colored copies of all your qualification, including your degree certificate. You also need your academic transcript. Okay, you need a written statement that lists evidence of your continuing professional development. That is the CPD. And you need a career episode one, two, three. And you need a summary statement. Well, for this, if you're applying for Engineers Australia, we can help you out with this document. It's very complicated and quite difficult to achieve. So if you think you need a career episode, you can just hit me up on my email. I'm going to be dropping it in the comment section, in the description section of the video, martinfinanceoracle at gmail.com. So you can hit me on that email and I will help you out with career episode. Of course, it's not at a free cost because I'm going to prepare the 5 documents for you in such a way that it will go through to give you a positive assessment. So, guys, that is about the CDR. So you can come and read up everything. This is about the career episodes. I can see the summary statements, and this is all depending if you're a professional engineer, engineering technologies, general associate engineering manager. Okay, so I'll just cut off this. You can go through all this document. It is in the website. I will try to drop the link in the description section also, so that you can do have a look at it. So, guys, this is the category which I've just said. If you want to understand what it means to be a professional engineer, you can hit up here. Okay, and you can say professional engineer holds a 4 years professional engineering degree that is accredited by or recognized by Engineers Australia. Professional engineers can also hold comparable overseas qualification or a degree that is accredited by a signatory to the Washington Accord. As a professional engineer, you have the skills to focus on overall system, develop and apply new engineering practices, apply leadership and management skills, pursue engineering opportunities in a holistic way, taking environmental, community, and social issues into consideration, solve diverse problems. That makes you an engineer, okay? And you can see the competency standard for professional engineers. You can hit up this. We can do this during CDR. If I'm doing the CDR report, I can take you through this. So the next is engineering technologies. Engineering technologies hold a 3 years engineering technology degree that is accredited or recognized by Engineers Australia. Engineering technologies can also hold comparable overseas qualification or a degree that's accredited by signatory to the Sydney Accord. For technologists, they don't go for Washington Accord, the Sydney Accord. As an engineering technologist, you have the skill to focus on interaction with the system, modify and adapt established engineering practices, advanced engineering technology. So you can see their competency development standard is quite different from engineers also. Then for the engineering associate hold a 2 years advanced diploma or associate degree of engineering that accredited or recognized by Engineers Australia. Engineering associate can only hold a comparable overseas qualification or a degree that is accredited by a signatory to the Dublin Accord. The qualification needs to have strong practical focus. As an engineering associate, you have the skill to focus on specific elements of the system, work within codes, and apply established practice and procedures. So you can see the competency standard for engineering associate is quite different from the other three, and it is recognized by the Dublin Accord. Now, the last is engineering managers. Yeah, engineering managers oversees engineers whose qualification don't sorry, overseas engineers whose qualification don't fit into one of the three categories which we've mentioned above can apply for a migration skill assessment using the occupation category of engineering manager. This occupation isn't an engineering occupation, it belongs to the managers group listed by the Australian Bureau of Statistics. Engineering managers hold a Bachelor's of Engineering degree or comparable qualification in a field related to engineering plus relevant experience as an engineering manager. You have the skill to formulate, implement, and monitor engineering strategies, policies, and plan, direct the administration and review of engineering operation for an organization. So these are the four categories which you can register in. I mean, you can use to assess your qualifications. So I would like to show you also the agreement, the international engineering alliances, which I've mentioned earlier. So you can check for your country. For example, if you're from Nigeria, you can just hit up this place. And you can see Nigeria is registered under Washington Accord, which means this is only for engineers. For technologists, it's Sydney Accord, they are not yet registered. For engineering associate, is Dublin Accord, they are not yet registered. So if you're an engineer who have graduated within 2023, um, you can go through the Sydney Accord, but then before you can become a member of Korea, it may take you 4 years. So this may not take kick off immediately. So in the next few years, people will be able to use this to register to Engineers Australia without struggle. Then if you're from New Zealand, you see they have Dublin Accord, Washington Accord, Sydney Accord. And if you're from the USA, let's check the USA. Um, if you're from the USA, okay, this United Kingdom has got the three of them, and Sri Lanka has got three of them too. And let's check India because I have a lot of people who also watch from India. Yeah, from India, we have just a moment. Yeah, from India, we've got Washington Accord, also just like Nigeria. Let's check Pakistan also. I've got Washington Accord, but I want to see United States. Just a moment, I think. Yeah, United States has got the three of them. Washington Accord, Sydney Accord, Dublin, just like the United Kingdom. Okay, so that is it. So you can just take time to have a look. Yeah, like South Africa has got a three of them too. So that is it. Those are different ways you can. With this, you don't need to go through the competency development report. You don't have to write the career piece or the professional summary and all that. You just need to go through Washington Accord and get registered, or Sydney Accord or Dublin Accord, depending on what your qualifications are. So, guys, that is it. Yeah, let's come back to the main page. So, this is the main page. So, you can also go through other things. Once you prepare for your application, you can submit your application. To apply online, you need to create an account in the portal. And once you create an account in the portal, they're going to give you an account ID. It is with this account ID that you can apply. So you can go through this online application guide. It will give you it's going to give you an insight on how you can achieve this, so you can hit up this. Okay, it's you hit up this, it will give you an insight of how you can apply for this. So I would like you to take your time to do that. So once you've applied, then you can receive your assessment outcome. It takes about 15 weeks for them to assign an assessor to your account. But if you want to fast track it within 3 weeks, then you can pay for, I think, about 350 AUD extra for you to fast track your application, and it comes as soon as possible. Okay. And the last one is outcome review and appeal. So if you don't get a positive news, you can appeal. But if you get a positive news, then you're good to go. You can do your expression of interest, and you can get your visa application done once you get an ITA, and that is the everything you need to do about the migration skill assessment. Well, once you've done this, I would like you to be aware that you have numerous options. You have option about the direct independent visa stream with the 189. You have the option of 190. You can do state sponsorship, or even you can also even do regional sponsorship. You can also do the temporary work visa, the 491. So you've got as much option as 186, 189, 190, 491, 482, and I think you also have options of visas like 494. So I will be making time to talk about each of these visa in depthly, one after the other, as time goes on. So if you are watching and you want me to talk about any of these visa which you're interested in, which you want to work on, I would like you to drop in the comment section. I also want to know the demographics of those who are watching my videos. So I would like you to drop also in the comment section which country you're watching from, so that will help me to plan the package that will suit you and what will help you to achieve your migration dream. So guys, if you're listening to this video from beginning to the end and you really think that this video is impactful, why not click like so that YouTube will continue to recommend this video, and it will be a way to say thank you, Martin, for preparing such a wonderful video, to support your migration dream. Well, guys, this is what I have for you. I'd like to stay tuned in this channel. If you are not subscribed, do subscribe. Let's build a community that is sustainable. I wish you the best of luck in your migration dream. Cheers.